Hello, welcome back to Genshin. We are trying to, well, not trying to. We are currently doing the Raiden Shogun, and I'm going to call her that. I don't give a shit if her name is supposed to be I now. She didn't get a cutesy name. She committed atrocities. Uh,
Wait.
we're doing her mission,
No.
so let's see what that entails.
Ad Astra Abyssa. Recently, the Adventurers Guild has received an unusual commission, and after careful consideration, we believe that
The Traveler would be the most suitable candidate, right?
indeed, as ever. I will spare the pleasantries then. May I ask if you two are available to help? Well, let me go over it briefly. Our client for this job is the Yashiro Commission. Apparently, Rift Hounds are attacking the roots of the sacred sakura nearby Mount Yogo in great numbers.
Rift Hounds? On Narukami Island?
Yes. We are not sure where exactly these creatures come from. But this time, they are attacking in alarming numbers with great aggression and a clear target. The sacred sakura is of tremendous importance to Inazuma. I trust you are aware of this already? Good. Then you can see that this case is very urgent indeed.
Is the Tenryu Commission aware?
Yes, and they are already taking action of their own. However, given that the sacred sakura's root system is vast and complex, and faced with the unpredictability and scale of the Rift Hound's attacks, they are finding it difficult to defend against them. Their main priority is to protect the civilian population, so they are actively looking to cooperate with all other available forces to eliminate the monsters. The Adventurers Guild is one of the key parties assisting the Tenryu Commission with their work. But so far, the combined efforts to combat the Rift Hounds has failed to substantially ameliorate the situation. You have our deepest gratitude. Your confident response puts me far more at ease. I will mark on your map the areas where Rift Hound appearances have been recently reported. I hope you won't encounter too much trouble overcoming them.
Relax. We'll be back before you can say Ad Astra Abyssos.
Of course. And teleport. That is the way, the truth, and the life. We teleport, 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 teleport. Some Paimons off the tree.
They're attacking Sacred Sakura! Stop them!
Right here, emerge.
Get out of here! Get out of here! Out of the way!
Alright, now I actually just obliterate them. Because of course.
Here you are.
Okay, world level's still fine. I was wondering
Right
why
here,
they're world
emerge.
level,
Right now.
or not the world level, why they're
Let's light it up!
so weak. But I guess it's just me mentioning things.
Fracture! Can't move it! The process of elimination.
Or maybe because of the quest, they're just lower level than most else things. It helps that it's raining though. Imagine doing this when it's not.
Right
It'd just
here.
be suffering.
Emerge.
Flicker.
Wow, there are so many of them. No wonder the Tenryou Commission needed help. Come on, travelers, you can take them. Going in.
Come on. I know.
Right now, right here. Emerge. Nothing lasts forever.
Do anything because they got stuck in the way. Rat bastards. Oh. Alright. I wasn't supposed to win anyway. I did. I wasn't supposed to.
Shogun? Wait, no. Could also be A.
Oh, it's you two. It has been a long time. We have not seen each other since the resolution of the Tenryou Commission crisis.
Okay, sounds more like A. It is you, right? You sure made short work of them. That was amazing.
You say that like it's better.
I'm making early preparations for what is to come. Last time we took a walk around Inazuma together, I witnessed the way the world is today. I was finally able to comprehend some things that I had never understood in the past. Since then, every time I encounter an obstacle in my thinking, I find myself having the urge to spend some time in the outside world.
Makes sense. You must get super bored being stuck in there all the time.
Might I remind you that I am not here to amuse myself. Recently, I have observed a number of changes in the external world from the plane of Euthymia. The most serious of these being the attack on the sacred Sakura by numerous rift hounds. I considered this matter worthy of my attention, so I pursued them, and they led me here, where I happened to run into you. If the Shogun rather than I were to discover them, yes, perhaps she would have left the situation alone.
Why? Because she's just a puppet?
Precisely. According to the rules I designed for her, matters of this nature are to be delegated to the Tri-Commission. But rift hounds attacking the sacred Sakura... It brings back bad memories of that terrible disaster.
A disaster?
Yes. 500 years ago, a great catastrophe befell Inazuma. Everything was engulfed in a pitch-black fog, and monsters ravaged the land. Countless lives were lost, and this homeland that the people had worked so hard to build barely escaped being obliterated entirely. The monsters committed many atrocities on Inazuman soil, and the Rift Hounds were always their advance guard. Their duty was to tear open a passage through space with their claws and teeth, and then call in even more powerful beasts. So you've heard of it too. That's an episode of history that I am loath to recall. Maybe to you, it seems like my response to these creatures was an excessive one. But an excess of caution is not unwarranted in this case.
Guess you can't argue with that.
Since we are both here for the same reason, let us work together. From the traces they've left in the surrounding area, there should be many more monsters nearby. All of them must be eliminated.
Paimon feels so safe when we're in Ace Company.
I don't.
Having someone uber powerful on your team kind of makes you feel invincible, doesn't it? Oh yeah, after we've dealt with the monsters, we should ask her to tell us more about Conria.
See, on one hand, she could tell us about her sister.
Similar to the color
On the
of
other
color
hand,
Sakura takes damage.
she might have fucking massacred everybody who knew our sister. Because she's fucking soulless. Don't get me wrong, I fully expect that they're gonna do some roundabout way of making her a good person in the end. But so far, she's just been a piece of shit. And just because she decided not to kill everyone doesn't mean you can forgive her when she wanted to kill everyone.
We are lucky. The damage is not too serious. The Yashiro Commission will be able to nurse the root system back to health.
This stuff that's flowing out, is it sap or something? And how come it's glowing?
Because it can, Paimon.
Huh? What's this?
Ghosts.
Could they be dead people? It wouldn't be the first time we'd seen ghosts on our journey. But
I see
why would they appear here?
I see
Let's
dead
search the
people.
area. Perhaps we will find out.
I can't go on like this. Not when the other troops are counting on me.
What happened here? Could you tell us?
Who are you? What are you doing here? Run quick while you still can. The monsters will be back. And once you're in their sights, I'm telling you there's no escaping them.
Mm-hmm.
We will defend Inazuma until our dying breath. You don't know? Inazuma is engulfed in darkness. Beasts and horrifying monsters are everywhere. They are merciless, ferocious, and they will devour everything in their path. Every last trace of humanity's existence, I tell you.
But look, none of that seems to be going on around here.
Not right now, but they'll be back. Look, get out of here. Now! There's no time left. The almighty shogun is gone. So is Kitsune Saigu. There is no one left to rely on but ourselves.
Fair.
I don't know how long we can hold out for. But if we abandon our hope, then we've got nothing left at all.
Don't worry, I'm right here.
It's the shogun? You're back. Please, we beg you. You have to help us. You have to save Inazuma. Only the glow of your supreme lightning can dispel this terrible darkness. Please, or the whole of Inazuma will be reduced to a hunting ground for the beasts.
Calm down. The war you speak of is over.
Over? But what do you mean? Shogun?
Look around you. The grass grows green and lush, and a soft breeze blows. This is Inazuma at peace, as you will no doubt remember. There are no monsters, nor is there anything else here that could threaten your life.
What? But how? Just moments ago, they were everywhere. I saw them tear my comrade to shreds with my own eyes.
Hey, calm down. Everything's fine now.
Huh. I think I understand. Almighty Shogun. Yes, we were right to place our trust in the Almighty Shogun. As long as the Shogun is with us, Inazuma will last for an eternity. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, thank you.
What's wrong?
Doesn't mean I like her.
He's gone.
Paimon can't even begin to understand what that was all about.
If I am not mistaken, what the sacred
Yeah, we get
sakura
it.
can an entity
Who is a
formed with
warrior
strong
from that
filth
time that you were
would be
telling us
highly
about.
aggressive. But when purified, it presents in the form of a memory. Purified filth quickly dissipates and will be absorbed by the ley lines shortly afterwards. In other words, it cannot exist for too long.
So the memories of the ones that died are all appearing at this moment?
Yes. That soldier was one of the many thousands who made the ultimate sacrifice. What he was describing just... Yes. Inazuma was facing many great crises at that time. Some were local in origin, while others... Others came from the now fallen kingdom of Kanria.
Mm-hmm.
The disaster in Inazuma caused me great concern.
It's the information I
I
want to hear
felt
about.
that I had to step in before it was too late. Otherwise, it would spread to all of Tevat.
I don't give a shit
But
about
my
that.
friend, Kitsune Saiku, reassured me that I had nothing to worry about. She would shoulder the responsibility of protecting Inazuma, and mobilized all forces at her disposal to
Oh, boo-hoo, your
curtail
friend
them,
died.
although neither of us acknowledged it.
So, Inazuma was attacked at the same time as when the disaster happened in Kanria?
Indeed. Countless monsters suddenly appeared throughout all of Inazuma. I never had the chance to see her one last time. But even then,
Yeah.
Inazuma was left more devastated than we could have ever imagined. Those terrible tragedies left... Yes. For the longest time, all my martial might was in vain. Though I could conquer Tatarigami and vanquish monsters, I was helpless against the ravages of time.
Yeah, and you took it out on everybody else.
But
I get it. Because you're a horrible
after my
person.
clash with
Fuck off.
human ambition, I thought long and hard. Now I realize I cannot fixate on the past forever. When I traveled around Inazuma with you,
So
I
you're
caught a
magically
glimpse of how the
changed
nation
because
has
we fought
progressed
you
over the
once.
centuries.
Cool.
A glimpse of
Not how
human
people
moving
work.
forward inevitably invites further loss, but also new encounters. Just think of that soldier. Despite all the losses he had, all those who sacrificed themselves back then gave as Inazuma's god, warriors of the past who spilled. I will never forget.
He's taking all this pretty hard.
Come on. Let's keep investigating the damage to the sacred Sakura.
I'm actually move on. This one back here.
As expected, there are a load of rift hounds here too.
Leave them to me.
That's not at all what I expected to happen, but
Illusion shattered. There is no escape. Inazuma shines eternal.
there you go.
Huh? Something seems wrong with A.
Why would you ask that?
Well, usually you'd pull out your sword and
You are unduly concerned. I'm simply conserving my energy. Although I have some understanding of the situation already, it could take an unexpected turn at any time. I must be prepared for anything. If there are more formidable monsters lying in wait in this area, I must make sure I have the strength to face them.
Mix! The roots seem pretty badly damaged this time. Hey, the same light is leaking out again.
Mm-hmm.
Furuyama?
Almighty Shogun, what brings you back so soon?
Fighting a battle?
Allow me to introduce Furuyama. Though blind, Furuyama...
Your Excellency, you shower me with... It sounds like the Almighty Shogun has... I'm afraid I might... After all, it's...
What should we do? Oh,
I see. Most of the residents... And now the Almighty Shogun... Imagine if this was something that even the Almighty Shogun was powerless to resolve. Where could I possibly... People flee out of a desire... But me... I have no... The Almighty Shogun often speaks... Just listening to her story. One thing she... So you see, as bleak as things may be now...
Perhaps...
It won't be long, but I suppose it does. Once this catastrophe... Oh, goodness, the Almighty Shogun come. One moment, I'll just... I hope the others didn't smash it to... Really? But it's always been right by my side. I couldn't possibly have my guest...
Don't worry about it. Take...
Almighty Shogun, you're not going too, are you? No.
This place is... Leave it to us.
But I can't decide whether it's a final regret.
Where should we go to find a tea set? Having a cup of tea isn't exactly the most urgent thing to do right now. But at the same time, this lovely old man from 500 years ago has been through so much.
Lovely old man from 500 years ago.
I'm also feeling very nostalgic for his tea.
Oh, why don't we go to the Kamisato estate? There'll definitely be a tea set we can borrow there.
I definitely helped Peach do this one. I don't remember where that was. I have a feeling it might be inside. Looks like I'm wrong. Don't know. We'll go do the quest in a second. Oh, here we go.
Right now. Right here. A sight to behold. Right now. Emerge. Everybody stand back!
I don't know how he got over here, but whatever.
Right here.
What a drag.
Adventure time!
Oh, come on.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
You up to Benny boy, you up to Benny boy.
Here you are.
Kill this man.
Huh? Let's light it up! Right now. Emerge. Right now. Off we go!
Flicker.
Go.
Everybody
Let's see
stand
this
back.
first.
Here you
There
go.
we go. And then this seems to be underground, which doesn't matter. We'll just teleport to here. We can continue the quest. Just wanted to get that chest real quick.
It's the Traveler. And the almighty Shogun. How might I be of assistance, Your
I wish to borrow a tea set from the Yashiro Commission.
Oh, sure. I'll fetch that for you right away. Please step into the courtyard and have a rest, almighty Shogun.
Be at ease. I'm not.
No. I am your humble servant. I daren't think of my own convenience when the almighty Shogun graces me with her presence. I'll deal with...
Well, it's not often we have the chance to.
Right.
I seldom have, so he may well have the philosophy.
You and Mom.
Indeed, we did. In her eyes, the most precious things in this world were dreams. The yearning for a better future held by living beings. They are similar, but not identical. When you came charging into the plane of Euthymia, I saw human aspirations light up the sky far above in the form of countless stars. This somewhat shook me. Now, it seems like she was right, while I took the wayward path.
Wow. There sure was a lot going on beneath the surface.
Makoto saw a bigger picture than I did. In her view, a dream is more imaginary. An ambition is a yearning for something material or a concrete outcome. It is finite in nature and will be replaced by a new ambition in due course. Makoto was more concerned with the force that drives humans
That's
to
not
constantly
the
generate
difference
new
between a
ambitions
dream
in
and
the
an
first
ambition.
place. It is something innate, rooted in instinct. In other words, it is something eternal.
Yeah, that's, again, not at all what a dream is. Maybe it's just poor translation, or they were just trying to make the analogy too hard. But that's not what a dream is, and certainly not the difference between a dream and an ambition. An ambition is, simply put, a drive to want to do something. So if somebody wants to fly and it's never a thing that somebody has ever done before, they can have an ambition to fly. And this is a good example to use because you can also have a dream of flying. So take somebody before flying was invented. One has an ambition and one has a dream. Somebody with an ambition to fly would try maybe not everything, but most things within their power to fly. And they wouldn't let people get in their way, and even if stuff gets in their way and they have to put it off, eventually they'll come back around to it. Whereas if somebody has a dream, first, they may never act on it. It may just be a fleeting fancy of, I want to fly. Second, even if they do, the feeling is different, if that makes sense. And lastly, the main difference that I find between a dream and an ambition, how do I put this? A dream can be anything. It can be ridiculous and stupid. And even if you get something similar to it, you'll never give up on it. Whereas an ambition is much more of a rooted down to a, this is something that either needs to get done or I really want to happen, but will take whatever is close enough to the thing that I want. So you might not be able to fly like Peter Pan, but you can glide with hang gliders. That kind of thing. And while you can I'm gonna stop talking about this. It's not that important. I hard hate that they're trying to make her into this good character for no reason. She had to do absolutely no atoning or give anything up for all of the horrible things she's done. She's like, yeah, let me ruin your lives, get people killed, start a war, have people executed, all to prove that I'm right about something that as soon as somebody challenges me directly on my feelings, I'm gonna change my mind about. And it's so fucking stupid that she just gets a pass. They change her name, call her puppet, which may or may not have human emotion, seeing as in the Genshin universe they can, but definitely cannot control itself because it's programmed to do exactly what it did by her. Gets to take all of the murderous blame for her actions, her decisions, things she wanted to happen. She may have not made a case per case basis for everything that happened, but she did approve of everything that happened and she knew what was going on while she was in her little world. So just letting her out and pretending like she's changed at a heart skip beat is just insulting to my intelligence. Giving her a cutesy name like A to try and be like, oh, she's changed now. Look, her name. Woo! Is stupid.
That's quite a lot to take in.
To put it simply,
Even if she has a
Makoto
horrible
wasn't
past, it
concerned
does
about
not excuse what she's
outcomes.
done.
I didn't understand at the time. How can we say that we are maintaining eternity when things are constantly moving forward and evolving?
Take Wander. I love Wander, and I love his story. And part of the reason I love his story is because at the end of his story, he accepts that he's done horrible things, regardless of the fact that he was manipulated and used the entire time, and tries to atone for what he's done. He doesn't just get to walk free and go, yeah, no, it's fine. I changed my mind, guys. I'm not going to kill people. I'm not going to kill the innocent. So just let me free, I swear. Promise, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Let me rule over this country
I suppose
without
what
any
it comes down
consequences.
to is the definition of eternity she set out with. Yes, it does. But in the last analysis, Makoto's philosophy was, on the surface at least, an elegantly simple one. Notwithstanding that it was also the more prudent choice, based on a more mature, far-sighted outlook.
Do you feel you're starting to understand her better now?
You have already witnessed my previous, but now I no longer cling to.
Almighty Shogun, I found a tea set. This one in particular should be fit for your ex.
It's quite beautiful.
You are too kind.
It's all good, sir.
Let us return.
Like, if she had some sort of punishment at all, or wasn't respected by the people of this country anymore, or something, anything, please, dear God, somebody tell her she's a dumbass, then it would be fine. But I really hate that they kind of just brush off everything. And she just gets to keep living life like nothing happened.
Hey, where'd he go? He wouldn't have gone looking for a tea set himself, would he?
Like, even one of the missions leading up to this mission, you have to do it before it. Includes soldiers from the war that only started because of the mission, the Dream Hunt decree, the whatever, that she now admits is the wrong way that she should have done things. So literally, they're smacking you in the face with people died because of her actions, and then follow it up with, "Oh, I have a sad backstory, and my name is A now, so forgive me, Ubu."
Or perhaps the ley lines did not have the power to sustain him for very long, as was the case with the memory we saw earlier.
So, we didn't even have a...
The information held in the ley lines is complex and disorderly. Well, this chance won't come often. I've watched Furuya.
I don't want to have tea with her. Fuck off.
The tea is ready. So many thoughts were racing through my head as I was brewing it. You're right. I've been reminded of back at the Yashiro, the events of...
She died in that disaster?
Yes. She went... Unlike me, Makoto was no martial artist. Whenever similar crises had arisen in the past, but this time, the circumstances were so grave that Makoto had no choice but to leave me behind. Or... perhaps, yes. She had already lapsed into unconsciousness by that point. It was there that we bid each other a final farewell.
Okay, now let's get into this.
I cried bitterly. Even in those final moments, I couldn't understand her actions.
She's a big shot within the government, friend of the Archon, and has absolutely no martial arts training or reason why she can help in this disaster. So why did she go on ahead? Why was she so willing to throw herself into a disaster situation? What did she have to help? Did she just go there to die to give you a sad backstory for your friend? Or was there a reason that this happened?
Why did she go to Conria first, and not I? It was there and then that I resolved to pursue eternity.
That's quite a story.
And if this is supposed to be like your whole main factor, was this figured out afterwards? Because none of that was shown in the actual story. You were just kind of a bitch. And if this at least was like I can't give it up, or you know what I had lost or whatever, and then the second stage of the fight or whatever, at least maybe we could be like, okay, so there's something deep going on here. But no, you just kind of meh, meh. Oh, people don't like what I'm doing. You mean I hurt people when I execute them, when I cut their heads off? Okay, I stop. I stop. I don't pursue eternity no more. Apparently, I hurt people.
When I returned to Inazuma,
It's so
I
stupid.
was shocked to find that a great sakura tree had appeared on Mount Yogo. The tree that you know as the sacred sakura. That's exactly what everyone back then told me as well. That it had existed since time immemorial. They were so matter-of-fact about it, and couldn't at all understand what I was so surprised about. No one questioned it. And yet, its presence contrasted so starkly with the area as I remembered it. In the end, I simply had to accept that it was with the help of the sacred Sakura's power. I was finally able to overcome the monsters.
This is all really hard to understand. Kinda beyond Paimon's...
Yes. She had such a great... I once told myself that, but even the... and it's time I came to terms with it all.
Oh, while we're on the topic, since you experienced that battle...
Sister. I had heard
There we
that you
go.
were looking for your family. You mean to say that she was somehow involved in the Conria disaster?
Based on what we've learned so far, it seems so, yeah.
I'm sorry. I wasn't there for the whole thing, and also, my mind was so. I am afraid I can't.
What use are you, A?
Oh, well.
Why am I here?
That's a shame. Boy.
With this last cup of tea, thank you, Destiny.
What am I doing here?
Let's keep following the traces.
Very well. Based on my investigation so far, I believe this next pack of monsters should be the last.
Okay, then I have no friggin' clue. Wait, why does it say something? Oh, observe the teacup. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Let me freaking just go. Wow. It's gotta be down, right? Yep, there's some.
Adventure time! Once again, please leave them to me.
Alright, let's go.
Hey!
Fear. Shine down! Ha!
I'm not gonna do anything but jam EQ and the attack button. With the mouse. We'll see what happens. As in most, if not all of the other ones, you actually have to try at least a little bit.
Now you shall perish.
But in this one, it doesn't seem like it's making us at all.
Shine down.
And so far, it looks like I'm right. I think that's why they lowered the levels, so that it would be easy to win regardless.
Are you alright?
I'm fine. Illusion shattered. Erase all.
There we go. I don't think she was meant to beat that one, so. Yeah.
Maybe you should leave this one to us.
My apologies.
Don't worry about it. We'll deal with them. Look, that's the same light again.
Where am I? Who are you? Almighty Shogun, you're here. Are you injured, Your Excellency? We, the Shogunate Samurai, will defend the Shogun until the very end.
Come on, man.
Don't.
Danger is our duty, ma'am. If we were the kinds to shy away from danger, we never would have taken up arms to begin with.
No need to worry, Almighty Shogun.
Is that a vision?
It certainly is. I know the gods are omnipotent, and their willingness to grant their power to humans means they have high expectations for us. If the Almighty Shogun is in trouble, now of all times is the moment for us to honor that.
So that's how samurai of that era understood visions, huh?
Nobody knew where your excellency had gone, and we were starting to despair.
But now we've found just the sight of you appearing before us. This hope is the everyone on me.
We'll help too.
I still don't think the Archons give out visions.
Affirmative, but watch your backs.
Because
Protect the almighty shogun.
there is a long set of time in which there's no way the Shogun would have been giving out visions,
What a nuisance. Right now.
and yet people got them.
A process of elimination.
And so either it's just bad bit of story writing right there, because they just didn't think about it,
Emerge. Right now. Emerge. I'm always watching. Right here.
or something else is going on.
Here you are.
I'm going in. Off we go.
Defract.
Stop teleporting.
Flicker.
Also, visions seem to come to people of certain aspects. So either they're limited to those people, or
It seems
if
like
the
the
Archons
attacks are
aren't the one
finally
giving
over.
them, the person who is the one who's deciding who gets them.
I've never fought so fiercely before.
Thank you all.
Are you okay? Maybe you should keep resting.
So I still think that it's
I'm
possible
fine.
that the Archons don't,
I feel much better already.
aren't the ones who.
Fought phenomenally. It was truly awe-inspiring. The monsters will definitely come back. Quickly, escort Her Excellency back to Inazuma City and regroup with the General's forces as...
When everyone sees the almighty shogun safely returning, their spirits will be lifted.
Well, what
We will stay. We are brothers in arms.
Just leave it to us. But the almighty no matter what kind of
Oh, thank you all. I should not have left it.
Don't worry, you're with you lead.
Glory to the Shogun. Glory to the Shogun.
Yes, yes, yes. Because back when they served her, she was worth serving at least. Because she didn't go on her villain arc.
It was both. The people sacrificed, the result being that in the sense you could take, but even so, they are due a resolution.
Well,
Thank you for your comforting words. I used, but what Ina's, even though I am utterly unlike Makoto and can never become the person she was, I still need. Yes, they are. As the Raiden
Mhm.
well said.
change
There's really
will,
nothing
no
you
matter
can
how long
say
it takes.
right
Now that
now
we've
of
dealt-
any
I will leave the
importance.
Tenryo and Yashiro.
Alrighty then. Let's.
Move it along.
He looks calm on the
Little
outside.
Archon lady.
But she seems to. Huh? What's wrong, eh?
What is happening?
What's going on? Are you feeling unwell again?
It looks like the situation. No need. I need to go to the cave below the Grand Narukami Shrine.
Ooh,
Why?
something spicy's happening.
A battleground. One where I shall sever ties with the past and take the first steps into the future.
Spicy, spicy. Let's grab this while we're here. This stupid little fucking shrine isn't climbable. There's a wish on top. Wish, a freaking. You know what it is. Electrogram. Should be freaking climbable. Oh, sorry, I've been a little cranky. Because I don't pity her at all. And they're trying to make her seem like poor her. But it's like. And I know it's a story. But I'm really invested in the story, maybe that's why. It's like. It's essentially like if Hitler went, woe is me, I just realized Jews aren't bad, ooh woo, forgive me. And then everyone went, yeah, he changed his name to Charles, let's forgive him. It's just not a thing that would happen.
We're finally here. The entrance should be nearby.
Whoa! Where'd that Torii gate come from?
It's getting worse again. But it's fun. This is a place I once sealed off with my own hands. The entrance to Raiden Makoto's realm of consciousness.
Oh?
It looks like she will no longer allow me to do with this body as I please.
Huh? What are you talking about? And who is she? Makoto?
Follow me.
Theory, but we're about to see what's going on.
Whoa. This place... Look! Look over there! It's another A!
Yep.
We meet again, traveler. This body is an assistant to the one within, but it is also the guardian of the rules. Should the one within wish to stray from the rules, this body shall stand in her way.
Wait! Paimon knows that voice! Is that... the puppet?
You have wandered the realm in my body, and you appear to have grasped the true essence of eternity. You believe your present self has greater certainty than your former self. Thus, you believe your present self is correct, don't you? But have you really been enlightened with new ideas? Or have you been degraded by irreversible erosion? I'm here to show you my answer. We are both warriors, and the dialogue we must now have shall be conducted by the blade alone.
Why? That doesn't prove anything. And this is why you have always been and will always be a fucking tyrant. Power, might is not right. Just because you have power does not mean you are correct. Just because you are in charge does not mean your decisions are the proper ones. And just because you can kill anyone you want does not mean you can do with them as you please. What happens if she's right and the new one becomes eroded with these erroneous ideas and becomes an affront to nature and this horrible abomination? And the old one was actually the good and pure one and all that. The new one would just become strong enough to defeat the old one. and then defeat the old one. And would that make them the right one now? No. This is stupid and irrational.
Wait. The atmosphere.
The discomfort I was experiencing earlier was caused by the Shogun rejecting my continued use of her body. As she indicates, once I started entertaining the idea of change, I became hostile in her eyes.
In your
But inside
eyes.
a realm of consciousness, I exist independently of her. Though she is a puppet, the Shogun has her own consciousness too. When necessary, she appears here to confront me.
So she is living. So you have just programmed her to commit atrocities, and then used her to commit atrocities, and then act surprised Pikachu when she is upset that you have stopped committing atrocities. Even though you've essentially raised a new child to think atrocities are the way the world runs and that they should continue to be the thing.
Paimon gets that everyone has their internal battles and stuff, but hey, showdown with the
The rules I set for the Shogun are... No. The Shogun herself is the manifestation. I would not try to change her.
Isn't there any other way? Can't you talk it through or something? But they both just want the best for Ina.
My form is a symbol of supreme majesty, in which has been vested power over all the realm. It is the cohesive embodiment of all that constitutes the Raiden Shogun. It inherits Ei's pain, the pain of inevitable loss that comes as she moves forward. So too does it inherit her determination to reach eternity. Every action undertaken is for the sake of resisting erosion. Determination.
Yada, yada,
Those
yada.
are my thoughts when I... Now, that you wish to make yourself...
And now
your
you
path
still
to
think the
everlasting
same,
goal,
but slightly
the guardian
different.
of eternity.
So now you don't murder people autonomy.
And I am she who promised a dream to her subjects. Raiden A.
On top of that,
In the end,
it is,
the proud and
in the
mighty
end,
Oni maiden was cut down and disgraced.
the body that she created versus her.
Never shall it shine as brightly as it once did.
It's not actually a competition, you know? Because in the end, not only did she create it, but she's an Archon. And there's no way a simple robot would beat an Archon. Yeah, it's not even a close fight.
Fell to the ground as pitch black rain. As long as the ley lines flow, the relentless erosion of time will never stop.
She's completely recovered?
Pathetic. Illusion shattered. Weak.
No, you're literally just doing a thing that I can't do anything about. Precisely because I can't do anything about it.
Remove all obstacles. Inazuma shines eternal. Weak. A divine lightning that envelops all of Inazuma will fade silently into the clouds. There shall never be another. Never. For the rest of time. There is no escape. Inferior. Torn to oblivion.
Can't tell if this is a fight I'm supposed to be able to win or not.
Weak. I shall not fall here.
Okay, I'm literally immortal. Got it.
The eye
I was
sweeps
wondering.
down. Shine down. Now you shall perish. Euthymia crumbles before.
Have you finally defeated her?
Yeah, none of that matters. Forgive
It
me.
appears your martial prowess has not dulled. But how long can your will remain strong?
How the heck?
In this realm of consciousness, her existence is tenacious indeed. She was built to resist erosion. Her will is stronger than any other living being's, including you and me.
Then, does that mean this is gonna be a never-ending battle?
Maybe. If I don't do this, this is my duty. No matter how long this battle may last, months, years,
No.
centuries, and no matter how many 500 years ago, here in the present, it is about time that I learned to trust them. I understand that. I fight, I vow during my
Yada yada
pass
yada.
on my words.
Oh, I never have to see her again? Dope.
Looks like we got... Oh, what do we do? She was making sense. And maybe this is the only way to change the Shogun's rules. But still... Right? Also, A can be pretty stubborn. What if she gets too obsessed with winning, and she forgets why she's there in the first place? It could happen. And then she might never leave again. Yeah, we should help her out. Is there any way we can cut down how long she needs to spend in there? Or, you know, help her win the fight? Well, whatever. We can't let anything... Oh, but we all... Okay, well, first things first. We gotta find a way back in. Oh, come on, brain juice. Don't feel Paimon now. Okay. Oh, you're right. Paimon, who knows if...
Oh, Yumiko. Okay. Finally. Someone with brains. Yay. Mika. Yay, yay.
Someone's not in the best of
Yeah.
moods. Let me
Yay,
guess.
yay. Mika.
You're all tangled up in another situation and need me to unravel it for you. I hope you realize how lucky you are. If it was anyone else, I don't think I'd have the patience to keep greeting them with a smile after the first few times.
But you're always smiling.
That was a figure of speech, do you understand? Nitpicking my turns of phrase. The sheer audacity.
Oh, yeah. Something really big's happened. It's A. She...
Fade to black.
Oh, okay, I see. So, A's decided to palm Inazuma off on the humans, while she goes off on her own to fight a fierce battle that doesn't even have an end date. Impossibly stubborn. Jumps straight to the most extreme course of action imaginable, presumes her sheer will can see her through, despite a near impossible goal that requires nothing short of the very peak of her abilities. Yes, that sounds like A all right. You know as well as I do that she's always been like this. Why start fretting about it now? Rushed into it without thinking. Well put. Oh, she acts like such a child sometimes. So you seem to be under the impression that I am able to offer some sort of help? Who gave you that idea?
Is she playing dumb? She's doing this on purpose, for sure.
Aha, you're learning, little one. But really, the truth of the matter is that I don't know much more about Raiden Makoto's realm of consciousness than you do. All I know is that it's the foundation of the sacred Sakura, and from what I've heard, it's a little different from A's plane of euthymia.
Because Raiden Makoto is no longer alive?
Not just because of that. The nature of the space itself is different in some way. Anyway, we needn't worry about the details too much. First things first. Follow me to the entrance.
To the entrance we go. Back to the entrance we go. Endless, needless folly. To the entrance, to the entrance. Bitch ass. Mm. Oh, survived. There it is, I think. Why am I back here? Fuck this. We just teleport back up. It'll be somewhere along this path. I don't care. Oh wow, there it is.
Now then, I always have my ways. It's just a question of how crafty I need to be. To the outsider, the realm of consciousness is a very abstract concept. In other words, even though I can't pinpoint the exact spatial location of this realm, I can still send you to where A is.
So, it's abstract.
Yes, no need to try and understand it. Let me. Everything is turbulent, and this is precisely why, when entering the plane of euthymia, it's much safer if you place your consciousness in a physical object first.
What? Alright, well, I might stay here then. You two can go in.
Suit yourself. Worst case scenario, all we stand to lose is A. Oh. Well, if you're quite sure, then of course.
Why? Don't bring Paimon.
Now,
She's
I
just a
shall send you
liability.
on-
Get in the way. Get hurt.
I say. Oh, nothing. It just seems extraordinary. By the way, remember to focus constantly on your Only a strong enough will can prevent you from being swallowed by the giant waves of abstract space. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination. Well then, the door is open.
It's an interesting
Hop on in.
concept.
I'll stay outside and provide what stability I can. I'm placing my god in your capable hands. For my sake, and for Inazuma's, please. Bring her back.
It's an abstract space where you have to concentrate to not become abstract yourself.
That's
Essentially.
enough chatter. Get to work.
And the true trick is, this is where the traveler dies and becomes an abstract concept of a hero coming to save the world, along with his trusty friends.
Remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination.
Concentrates on Venti instead. That was cool and all, but if you could have just, like,
You have returned.
taken me back down there
How were you
after
able
the
to get back
conversation
in?
with you, Miku,
And
better.
how come you have not changed at all in All these years, this is a duel to remember. It is as if we have returned to the moment when the laws of eternity were first established. Your will today is as strong as it was back then. Over countless battles, not once have you lost. And had I made all enemies of eternity stand against you, you still wouldn't. For your firm commitment to enforcing the rules, you have my admiration. You bring honor to the title of Guardian of Eternity. Now
I get it,
these
you're
two
stuck in
return
your own
once more
ego.
to this space.
Put your cocks away.
Then, let this be our final duel. The conclusion to that which began 500 years ago. Final duel? Stand back, traveler. I'm going to be the start of something new.
What do you mean you're going to be the start of something new? It's just you again, doing the same thing you've done. I want that form of her.
And the will they demand, sufficient to penetrate minds and crush dreams.
Why can't I get, like, those abilities? Way cooler.
I will endure forever. Shine down. Inferior. There is no escape.
But you do a lot of damage with the old main attack. You can't really do it repeatedly. Whereas you can do just as much damage with the quick attack, but you can just keep going. Well, not just as much damage, but close enough.
This is the end. You have won. I believed you were incapable of transcending the past. But a will that cannot be eroded has no way to embrace the future. You need not worry about the future. And you aren't alone. I know your power more than anyone else. Had I relied upon... Yet, my reason for fighting redefined my martial prowess and redrew my limits. I now carry the... And whenever I think of this, I feel something. The blade that I inherited from Makoto seems to be trying to guide me. I noticed it also. Just now in the heat of battle, it seemed to unleash a new and unfamiliar power. This power is beyond the limits of my understanding. This blade belonged to Makoto. Perhaps it can only respond to me with its full power when I truly understand and believe in her. When I clasped Muso Ishin in my hands, it was at once... You have...
Yeah.
Your present will is not the product of erosion. I shall no longer stop you from attempting to modify the rules. From this day forth, I won't design any more rules that can never be changed. You used to represent my past, but from today onward, you, Makoto, never saw me as a fearless weapon. Likewise, you truly have... I understand. I shall become your shadow, just as you were once Makoto's shadow. The duties I perform will not... But as a warrior... Do you say this because you have... It was simply a new experience for me. One that is worth reliving.
Have you finished fighting then?
Hello, A. And greetings, those who have come to bear witness. I am Raiden Makoto, the previous Electro Archon, who failed in my duties and left you all to pick up the pieces.
At least something interesting.
Makoto? I'm so happy. You've come so far. I always knew you would make it here in the end. I left a faint fragment of my will in Muso Ishin, so that in the moment that you unleashed its full power, I too would be released. A convoluted way to reach you, but... well, you held such deeply entrenched views at the time that you wouldn't have listened to a word I said. There was no time to wait for you to have a change of heart. Please forgive me. All I could do was find some way to wait until you came to me. But... you never mentioned this to me. Everything happened so suddenly. I've always felt terrible. I should have been the one to impart these ideas to you, a little at a time. Did you know what was about to happen in Conria? I had some sense of it. That place was not somewhere that any Archon could afford to ignore. In my present form, I can no longer perceive time. I don't know how long we have been, but I know that this must have been an extremely arduous journey for you. Don't look down on me. See? You admit it. It was with this possibility in mind that I left a parting gift for you. Something to soothe Inazuma's pain. Here, take it. Before my last shred of consciousness fades away. But it is you who must take the most important...
Yeah. And I think it's a little too late to be given a shred of whatever gift to soothe Inazuma's pain.
The light turned into a seed?
The miracle tree that blesses the people, in this moment new to the world and yet to be known. When to plant it, where it shall bloom. She who brings it into being must let her heart and dreams decide. Grant it life, eh? Is it really?
It makes me like the tree less, honestly. I like the story of the tree, just not the story of the Raiden Shogun.
Dreams illuminate each moment within. When both shine in unison, the sacred Sakura blooms from the darkness, finally free from the clutches of the heavenly principles. Now the nightmare has dissipated, and reality is made whole.
As soon as she
The
planted
vision
it,
we both yearn for is still further ahead. My
it
only
has
regret
been,
is that I cannot witness Inazuma's
always has been,
future,
and always will be
nor can
planted
I walk this journey with you.
from that point on. Which is why it's free from the heavenly principles or whatever.
Do you know, I am so happy right now, because my final wish has now come true. Your polearm once protected me from countless calamities. For this, I've always felt indebted to you. Though I could never repay you in full, this sacred Sakura will buy you some time until you are ready to awaken and embrace the new. What do you think? Did it do the trick? This time, it really is goodbye, eh?
Mm-hmm. It's cute on her side. If only they had made the Raiden Shogun a likable character.
So the A of the present planted the sacred Sakura in the realm of consciousness. No matter what you make of it, it's quite incredible.
All of this is thanks to Makoto's power. Eternity is a concept intimately connected with time.
A place where time is meaningless and cannot be understood with ordinary logic. Perhaps that is the reason why you were able to return precisely to this point in time without any... And yet, that sense of disorderliness has now completely disappeared.
I don't... I know what you mean. Without the sacred Sakura...
I know you've tried in the...
No.
I'm good without
The
this bit of
sacred
dialogue.
Sakura is within my purview at the shrine, so obviously I get to prune it exactly how I like it.
Ugh. Now we see who's...
I'm joking. That tree has been through a lot since it first sprouted. We have the loving care of Kitsune over the ages to thank for how it appears today. And obviously I played It's fair to say that very little time passed between the moment you came out of that realm and the moment you re-entered it. But in that same time, centuries of battling took Traveler, if I'm guessing correctly. You were repeating your wishes to yourself in your mind, weren't you? At that time, I could sense A's whereabouts, but I also sensed anomalies in the Suffice to say, time added a whole new dimension to our search. Simply establishing a location was not sufficient. Fortunately, your will was strong enough that the turbulence carried you to the moment in time most likely to be the intersection of all that you were wishing for. The flow of turbulence may well have been influenced by Makoto, but it...
Does that mean it wasn't by chance that we ended up at the...
I thought that the flow of time was the same on the inside, and my first thought was, but you two have...
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
My body
Skip,
has
skip,
fully
skip.
recovered.
always thrilled to hear you're in good health. After all,
I only heard her voice. I'll be fine. I have to say, she even factored my immaturity into her... It's all thanks to her that Inazuma lived to see this day. I just planted a seed.
I agree.
It was thanks
You
to
were pretty
everything
useless
we
this whole
did that
time.
you got to...
Thank you.
today at Makoto and
I
you...
don't
It's rare to hear
want to
such comforting
stroke the
words.
show.
Oh, come on.
Fucking Raiden Shogun's cock.
Great
She's an
minds
idiot.
think alike, hmm?
She's
I
caused a
wonder,
travesty.
does that
She is not a
qualify
good
me
person.
to maybe actually
Because
no.
she's changed her mind.
We will have to end the frivolities there. The
And
Shogun
fought with
and I
herself for
looked after
500
that.
years over something stupid that she
I will
created.
apologize.
Really?
I am no longer... I don't doubt that many challenge... I'm looking forward to it.
That's not
Hey, Traveler?
truly repenting
At the bottom of
or
the chasm? You know,
anything like
the one
that.
that the giant pillar smashed into.
That's just creating a problem
So you've been wondering about that too, huh?
and then solving it by saying, I'll fight myself, it's fine. You didn't actually help anyone. You didn't repent. You just said, nah, I'm right now. Is this finally something we can do? It is. Oh.
Wait.
Finally. Thanks for watching. That's what we'll do next time. Bye-bye.